wanted to take a second and go over natural branch occlusion with you. It's a new pruning technique that I've pioneered over the last 10 years and have begun experimentation, long-term experiments that I hope to prove out this technique to be the best pruning technique in the industry. Currently, outside the branch protection zone cutting is the proper cut in the industry. Prior to that, they were doing flush cuts, and I believe that this next step will be the advancement of our industry in pruning techniques. And so here we have a branch that the tree has recently eliminated. It has pulled back resources, and you know, these branches are not autonomous. They don't work independently. If the tree senses any kind of dysfunction or poor performance, it will allocate resources to the areas that are doing well and pull back from this. And that's what happened here. We had some Zimmerman pine moth damage, and it affected the branch collar area, and the branch has been eliminated by the tree. And so natural branch occlusion identifies the diameter of the branch, cuts it at the length, and then leaves it for the year. Okay, and so that'll make sense to you. This branch came in at 3 inches, and so we're going to cut it at 3 feet, and we're going to leave it for 3 years. If it was a 1-inch branch, we would cut it at 1 foot and leave it for 1 year. And so this is the technique that I've come up with. We're going to duplicate it on this. It allows for proper translocation of resources out of that headed section, and it also allows for a more robust wound occlusion response around the branch protection zone, closely duplicating the natural process that a tree sheds a branch. You see, the tree will eliminate this branch, but it's still functional to the tree. It takes years and years afterwards, depending on the species profile, for the tree to actually shed the branch. And so we want to closely duplicate that natural process in trees. So let me get my Silky and we'll make a cut. So this branch here, if we could leave it longer, I would. And so if there wasn't a hurry in removing this, say aesthetically it wasn't a bother to the neighborhood police, or you know, the tree wasn't at risk of failure, the dead branch, or pose some kind of risk, you'd want to leave it as long as possible before even doing this. But in our industry, we are all set up for biomass removal. Everybody is removing tree parts for profit. And so a cut needs to be made to satisfy people until the education catches up with where we are as an industry. And so our industry also has to catch up. And so if you could leave this longer, you would do a whole lot better. But we're going to cut this due to aesthetics and make our cut at the 3 foot mark. So there, I've cut the branch at a 3 foot mark. I'm going to get my snips here and clean it up. And that's it. That's all there is to natural branch occlusion.